We going? Take one. Good morning. How are we? Guys, today is day number 4 of the hunt. It's chilly out there, but still no weather. This hunt usually, I wouldn't say it's dependent on weather, but weather really helps this hunt out. If we have a few inches of snow on the ground or something like that, it's usually really good. It's been a little slower this year. Out of our hands, all we can do is just do our best. Try hard. That's what we're going to do today. We're all going to split up and go to different zones.
Found a big one.
Oh, there he is. there he is, right there. So yeah, we're gonna see what we can see, but we're gonna split up and try to cover as much country as possible, and then we'll all recommune and see what's going on, and then make another game plan for this afternoon. But we gotta get pulling the trigger, Eric. Okay?
2 days, 3 tags to go. It's not easy.
Me and Brian were talking about this yesterday. I don't care if it's the 7-day hunt out here or the 5-day. It always comes down to the last couple days.
Yeah,
usually.
it has, like every year.
Yeah, so
somebody's always riding that last day.
that's where we're at. But hey, we're enjoying ourselves. We're having fun. We're getting our money's worth. That's important.
Did you just see that? See who's playing on the old, yeah. That's a good sign. Could be worse. Time to go find a buck, guys. Just need a little change of luck. But I like our odds. It is 23 degrees. That is the coldest it's been on this trip so far. At least somebody needs to get a buck. I don't care who it is. We just need one crack at a nice mature deer. That's the problem. I wouldn't say we are trophy hunters by any means whatsoever, but we definitely enjoy trying to find a more mature deer, maybe like a freaky weird one. Obviously, we're super fortunate. We're very lucky to get to do a lot of different types of hunts. All of us are super lucky to have full freezers, which is great. So we've just been looking for that older age class deer. We just, aside from the ones on the neighboring piece, we haven't really found that yet. But like we said from the beginning of the series, any day a new one could walk out and surprise you. So here we go.
Made it to the top of this old road, and it's cool because from this road it's closed and then it just turns into like a little hiking trail, 2-track hiking trail, but nobody's parked here, so that's good. And we got a whole bunch of BLM and public ground to go after. We're gonna start high, but we're actually gonna lose some elevation on the road, try to cross to get to this big sagebrush canyon, kind of go from there. But it's 25 degrees today, so it's much colder. So just like we thought yesterday, hopefully the deer are moving a little bit more today, but it's gonna be a good day. Someone's got to shoot today. All right, guys, we're getting our first look at this country. It's big. It's got a lot of glassable sagebrush side hills and big rock outcropping canyon walls. Not a lot of tracks on this side with the snow that we passed through, but there's some deer down in here somewhere. We just got to hope that 1, we can find them, 2, they're on public ground. That's the battle we're always playing with. But yeah, it's a beautiful morning. It's chilly. For the most part, it's clear skies. We'll have a little bit of overcast here and there, but no deer yet. All right, guys, we're really got a good light now. Still haven't spotted a deer, but decided to bomb off the pine tree side so we can get to that side. And on that ridge, there's this big rock outcropping that we can see a whole bunch of ground. There's a big valley on the backside of this, so hoping that that's the zone. There's some deer tracks coming down through here, but not a ton.
That morning light looks good on you, though.
Thanks, Lug. The hair probably doesn't look that great, but
He's got a flyer.
seen lots of deer this morning, lots of rut action.
It's a beautiful, cool, crisp November morning. Unfortunately, at this very moment, there's nothing super mature on our piece of property that we've seen. But we're going to keep glassing here, and then we might go check out another little piece that we have access to. It's not very big, but you never know. Might have something. Change it up. Maybe go rest this place for a couple hours. See what we can come up with. But definitely, they're feeling it today. We've seen 2 small bucks fighting, and then just a lot of bucks chasing does, trailing does, lip curling, all the cool things. It's fun to watch deer do their rut like this. We're getting an opportunity to do lots of glassing. This is I'm running the Vortex Ranger UHD. These are 18 by 56s on the tripod. They're awesome. I'm slowly getting to love this. I do think like a spotter is still probably required. It's nice that like Casey's running the 85mm spotter. I'm running this, but your field of view is just really fantastic, and then having it stationary on a tripod is really beneficial. A lot of people are saying, hey, what's your go-to tripods? To be honest, we don't really have one. This is like a super old Vortex one they don't make anymore. There's a few brands that make, like the Outdoorsman probably makes the best tripod pan system, but they're also really, really expensive. So we really haven't found a great go-to setup. I do like this one, but occasionally the mechanics and the pan head need a little maintenance, and that can provide frustration in the field when things are like loose. But it's been the ticket. This should theoretically be faced the other way, but this morning I just rushed it. But yeah, man, I love glassing, especially like deer for some reason on this, because you can just stabilize it and then really study an area. So you can basically just like stabilize it and then just really study an area. A lot of times these mule deer will just hide if they're not facing away from you. You'll be like, oh, there's one, and then suddenly with this you'll be like, oh, there's another one, and next thing you know there's like 10 mule deer that you never would have probably seen if you just was glassing like free-handed. But the 18s have been fun this trip.
Well, we got another little one of our buddies owns a little piece of private property over here, just a little kind of east where we've been. It's only about 150 acres or so, but there's been deer in here. His wife said she's been seeing a big buck like right off the road, and so he might be up in here. We're gonna go take a gander and see what we can see. Won't take us too long to glass it up and determine if there's a big buck on here or not. But time is running down. We have a day and a half left, but we're not nervous because we know that things can happen in the blink of an eye. See, you guys didn't even see that coming twice in a row. Watch this. Logan didn't see that coming.
Brian, you got the 257. You have the 257 Weatherby, which is a favorite of mine. Logie and I had some luck with it in Alaska, so I was like, may as well just maybe keep it rolling. Maybe we can have some Colorado luck. These are the Weatherby 257 ammo as a Nosler AccuBond, 110 grain tip. She's humming right along, and then we use this shooter app. And I just save it on my phone as a screensaver. Gives you your ballistics. But we have a 300 yard zero. The shooter app's pretty cool. You gotta pay for it, but anytime you get to like a new destination, if you will, you can update it to the local weather station and it'll change all your ballistics accordingly. But she ripping at like 3,370 feet a second. Pretty fast. Weatherby fast. Did you get that?
Got it.
Literally just left the truck 10 seconds ago and glassed up on there on the hill, and there's a buck up there with a doe. Problem is this road is the border. Everything to the right is BLM, everything to the left is what we can hunt, and you know, just our luck. It's not a giant buck by any means, but it's a cool looking deer. But what can you do when you have a private only tag? We're just gonna keep working up and hopefully see something this way. Good job, Logan. Just found a good buck bedded. I saw it. We came over. I could just see the top of a little buck 2.0. Yo, shining my glass into the bedded buck. He's got deer all around him. How far do you think? 300. He's a nice buck. Brian doesn't shoot him, I'll shoot him. Dude, 160 acres is all we have to hunt. We've been following tracks this whole time. Just gotta be careful. He's got a lot of does with him. I think we're gonna make a play on that buck. It's kind of a cool situation. He's bedded, facing away. There's a couple other does and another smaller buck in the general vicinity, so I'm gonna try to crawl up on this little game trail type thing we're on and see if I can get a good angle and good shot. Casey's gonna try to phone scope it from back here, and we'll just see what happens. If it works out, great. We're down to just today and tomorrow, and we don't have a single tag filled. This is a mature deer. I'd say the top 3 mature deer we've seen on the trip. So we'll see what happens. So Brian has made it down to the end of the road. He is in prone position and he's getting ready and comfortable. I'm filming him on the 7R3 with the 200mm. Zoomed in on him, and then Casey's got the buck in the phone scope. Brian brought his grunt tube and gave it to Casey. So when Brian's ready, Casey's gonna try to grunt and stand him up. Fingers crossed. Set up on this buck. He's at 258 yards. He's bedded. Casey's trying to do some grunts to get him up, but so far nothing. I feel like I got a pretty good rest though, and just need him to stand up now. Here we go. Get up. There he goes. Buck finally just stood up, but he's walking straight away. Okay, let my hand turn. I keep grunting at him, but he doesn't care about it. Oh, I'm nervous for Brian. It's only like probably 285 yards, but we've worked pretty hard to get to this moment. You guys have been watching this series all year. You don't watch mine and my son's deer hunt in Idaho. Oh, here he is, right here. Stop. Dang it. I quartered away pretty hard. I'm worried he's gonna get it mixed in with the does, and Brian's never gonna have a shot. About 6 or 7 does with him. But you guys watched our series from Idaho. I had my son set up on a buck at 60 yards. And I used my cow call to call him and get him out of his bed, and we never got a shot. Got around the tree and saw us and took off, so although we're this close, perfect situation, things can happen. Okay, buddy, turn. Brian doesn't like that shot. He has a doe just right behind him. It's a good kind of quartered away shot, but there's a doe right there. That'd be okay. Brian's pretty patient, dude. He'll wait for a good shot, though. he's gonna follow that doe. Right here. Come on, son. Right there. Stop, stop, stop. Dang it. Right there. Clear. Right there.
Holy cow.
Buck down, baby.
Wow. Brian just made the most perfect shot on that buck and put him down in his tracks. I cannot believe how patient Brian is. A lot of guys would have took shots 3 or 4 times, but they just weren't the best shot. Quartering away, doe close, like a lot of guys would have pushed that. Brian is almost too patient at times. Sometimes I have to yell at him and say, let's go. What a freaking hunt, man. Wow. Shoot, 257 Weatherby, man. I love that cartridge. People always say, is it big enough for deer? If you make a good shot, it's big enough for elk if you want it to be. Woo! I don't think that deer's going anywhere. Heck, good job, buddy.
Dude.
Way to stick it out. Heck of a deer, man.
Bro.
Great shot.
Dropped him, man.
What is that, 280?
No, 258.
258 with the 257.
Way to be freaking patient, dude.
You think 257 is a good cartridge for deer?
I like it. Oh, my back's killing me.
Dude, that was like a good 20 minutes you sat on the gun.
Oh, man, yeah.
I about lost my cool back there when like the does was around him and he kept walking away.
I knew you'd be wound up, but he kept, from my angle, he just always had one in front. Or
Yeah,
one
you
behind.
made the right decision. I was just saying, like, a lot of guys would have pushed the envelope there and might have made a bad shot or hit a doe.
I could tell, like, by his mannerisms.
Yeah, he
was super chill.
There was still a doe bedded, and
Yeah.
dude, way to be patient, man.
Heck yeah, dude. Oh, that feels so good, man.
We worked hard for that one.
I tell you what, like, there's sometimes when you're hunting, it can become a rodeo. And, you know, especially with a few guys, you add a camera to that. I absolutely despise that setup. This is like what I love about hunting. Being patient, sitting on an animal, being able to like calm yourself down, really get comfortable. Like, that has always been my favorite thing. And sometimes I probably miss opportunities because I'm just too dang patient. But more times than not, I'm able to make a better shot and have a better outcome. So this whole situation was ideal. I literally, Casey saw the first buck, bedded, and as I threw the binoculars up, he's like, dude, oh, another buck, oh, good buck. And I had just said, like, this would be the perfect situation. No wind, about 300 yards, good backdrop, bedded deer. Worked out perfect. Worked out perfect, man.
Money.
Gosh, that feels
That's
good.
the shot you want to put him down quick.
That feels so good.
That was awesome.
Well, I just got a text from those guys, BBD. So it sounds like Brian shot a nice 4-point over on another piece. So that's sweet, man. 1 down, 2 to go. Stoked for Brian. It's always fun when you glass them bedded. It sounds like they came over the hill and found a group of deer bedded. So now we're making our way up this whole 2-track through the snow. We cut some fresh deer sign that was over the top of ours, but this is kind of what we're dealing with on the timber side. Is just mega thick and lots of blowdown. Thank goodness there's a trail just for hiking purposes, but we're gonna pull out of here and kind of regroup. It's like we got to find somewhere else to go, so that's our goal. I'd love to go help those guys, but I'm sure by the time we get out, they'll have that deer taken care of.
Oh, thanks, big guy.
caliber on the nose. All right, guys, that is probably the second or third gut job I've done in the last 20 years. It's certainly not as fast as many. I know a lot of guys that hunt in the Midwest, back east, used to shoot a lot of whitetail in a year. They can do that in about 5 minutes. But I think I did a pretty clean job. Proof of sex is on the deer still, and she's all tagged and taken care of. And so one of the luxuries of hunting private land is there's a lot of different roads. Casey went to go pick up the truck. We were gonna swing it around, and there's a road below us. Do a little deer drag and load her up whole in the Tundra. And then back at where we're staying, it's got a cool little shop. We can hang it, skin it, and then get a nice little cure on the meat before we head out of here on Monday. So 1 down, 2 to go, guys. Things can happen quick. We got lucky in a little bit of a way, but couldn't be more excited to punch a tag on another beautiful Colorado mule deer.
Yeah, I think we might have to go get a sagebrush or something.
We are just got Brian's buck hung out there, skinning him off, and then we're gonna go out and try to find 2 more mule deer. We got 2 more tags to fill, hopefully, and we've got about 28 hours to do it.
Hopefully, we have them.
Oh, we're gonna fill them.
Well, I can't guarantee that, but we have them.
You have the tags.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have the tags to fill.
Bri, how's she coming?
Well, pretty good. Matt's helping me out. We rigged up a little ranch gimbal situation here. Doesn't look totally strong.
That thing is tight.
And it only has like a quarter of the weight on it.
I would say run another one. A couple more.
A couple more. Here, Casey.
Let me go see if I have some rope.
Casey, just dogged my freaking paracord. This stuff saves lives.
People have bracelets with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just got
You
to
ever seen
add to
survival
it.
bracelets?
Just got to add to it. Just double it up. When in doubt, double up.
Have that much fat on it.
You want me to perform, Logan? What are we doing?
Give me some.
Hey guys, welcome back. We're back up on the glassing knob. Got Brian's deer taken care of, and it's got about just under 2 hours of daylight left. So I'm gonna come and see if anything's changed. We're hoping one of those big deer we've been watching all week has come across the fence, but I'm not counting on it. Some of these other bucks we've been seeing are starting to look real good to me right now. We'll see what we see tonight, and then tomorrow I think expectations will do this. They've been doing this like this and this like that. Get it? But you never know. Just like I said right before we killed Brian's buck, every hunt can change with the blink of an eye. Got you guys again.
Well, guys, day 4 ended really quick on us. After we got done helping BMAC hang, and Matt was helping him skin BMAC's buck, we just ran out to glass as much as we can, and with the limited time we decided, why don't we just cover ground and drive, and honestly saw more deer tonight from the freaking truck than any of those days hiking. Good and bad, because most of the time we're seeing a lot of deer on public, but they would never have a good buck, or there'd be like a really small buck. But right at last light, we're driving down this road and saw I think there was 4 bucks total. 2 of them were good mature bucks, one of them super sweet with big back forks and a couple cheaters, like not real big, but a couple cheaters on both sides. And Matt got some really cool footage through the Skope. So he's sweet. The buck he was with is like a 3x4, big old body, like another good mature buck. And it was just like teasing us because they were right on private ground. And it's almost like these deer know when they're on the private, they're safe, they're rutting, they're in the wide open. You go to the public side and it's just like dead. And if you see a deer, you're lucky. And if you see a deer, it typically doesn't have a buck with it. So yeah, a little frustrating, but actually had a good time just watching those deer rut and push each other around, chase each other. That's what I've noticed over the years, man. You get like one hot doe, it'll pull in all the bucks. Like 4 bucks at least right there, 5 including a really small one. We're just right in that one pocket where you could go glass a whole bunch of country, see no bucks, but every buck from right in that general area is just keyed in on that doe, and that's what it seemed like tonight. So we're getting back to the house, hopefully gonna cook some dinner. I'm hoping for either salmon or wild game burgers. We'll see what these guys got, but I think they're back to the house, and from what I heard, no shooters for Casey tonight either, so another slow evening. But at least we got one tag punt, so congratulations to BMAC. Still got 2 to go, and only one day to get it done. So it's gonna be tough, but we're gonna enjoy the day, and we're gonna go enjoy some dinner together. So see you guys at the cabin.